أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم فقال ربكم ادعوني أستجب لكم آمين يا رب العالمين الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين اللهم اجمع شامل المسلمين والكريستيان والأمة في مدينة دباو وسلم دائما مجتمعنا هذا بالسلم والأمن والتقدم في بلدنا هذا آمين يا رب العالمين ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب ربنا إنك أنت الوهاب ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار وصلى الله على خير خلقه سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين آمين يا رب العالمين.
In the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Amen. Our most gracious Heavenly Father, we come to you today to praise and worship you and give you thanks for all the things you continue to provide for ourselves and our families. Father, we humbly ask for forgiveness for all the times we have offended you, when we forget to acknowledge your presence in the image of our brothers and sisters, and for moments we fail to be good stewards of the blessings you have given us. Continue to guide and protect each one of us, Lord, that we may always walk in the lights of your everlasting love and mercy. Grant us, Father, with your comfort in times of distress and with your strength in times of weakness. Bestow upon us your unending grace and healing, that we may in turn become instruments of gentleness and compassion to others. We ask all this in the name of your Son, our Lord Jesus Christ, with the prayer and the intercession of our Blessed Mother. Amen.
Okay, good morning to our viewers all over the country at ating mga masugid na tagapakinig at tagapanood ng ating Casio Tech sessions, which is every Saturday. And I know medyo na-miss nyo kami because last Saturday we were not able to have our live broadcast because of this because of Typhoon Ulysses, kung saan marami pa rin sa atin ang medyo nakakaranas ng difficulty sa kanilang signal, lalo na sa mga Wi-Fi po nila. So luckily, we have a good weather right now, and I think our internet connections are stable right now. So we have now our 16th session of it's a MATHtech Day Casio Technology Sessions, spearheaded by Educational Technology Unit in partnership with Educational Technology Unit. So at this point, allow me to introduce our speaker this morning. Our speaker is a graduate of BSc Mathematics at pamantasan ng lungsod ng Muntinlupa. He has been taking his master's degree at Technological University of the Philippines and now currently working on his thesis. A public school teacher for 6 years at Adelina 1 National High School, teaching mathematics. Currently, the grade level coordinator of grade 9 at Adelina National High School, an active trainer of MATHtech for 6 years. He has done multiple webinars in and out of the school, which focused on setting an online class and tips in solving mathematics problem. A YouTube content creator of mathematics from elementary to college level, the person behind the Math Teacher Con YouTube page and Math Teacher Gon Facebook page. Let us all welcome our speaker this morning, a mathematics teacher and a YouTube content creator. Let's all welcome Mr. Eduardo C. Gonzaga Jr. Good morning, Sir Gon.
Hi sir, good morning. Good morning po sa lahat.
Good morning. Kamusta naman, Sir Gon?
Ito po, okay na okay po at kinakabahan kasi nasa page po ako ngayon ng DepEd at ng Casio.
Ayan. So I think, Sir, ready ka na and I'll now give you the floor. So good luck and kita-kits po ulit tayo later.
Sige po. Sir Buds, meron pa akong link sa mismo natin. Okay? So again, good morning sa lahat ng mga nanonood, to all the math teachers and students, even parents na nanonood sa ating live stream para matuto sa ating discussion today about a certain topic in grade 8 mathematics. I hope na kayo ay okay at sana hindi kayo masyadong affected ng nakaraang mga bagyo. Okay? So today, I am invited by the Casio Philippines calculator headed by Mr. Joel Serrano. Maraming salamat po. At maraming salamat din sa DepEd EdTech unit. So hanggang ngayon, medyo kinakabahan pa ako kasi first time ko rito. Okay? So today po, we will be discussing a certain topic in the grade 8 mathematics, which is isa siya sa mga famous topic or mga kilalang topic na alam ng mga bata or ng mga students. So before we start, meron po muna akong quiz sa ating mga participants. I hope na makita niyo yung ating link. Let me share my screen. Wait lang po. Okay, let me share my screen, Sir Buds. Okay, that is the link of our quiz today. If meron kayong application of quizzes or you don't have yet the application of quizzes, pwede kayo mag-download sa ating Play Store. And as you can see, pwede rin naman sa browser, you can type in this link. Ito po yung ating link. Nasa screen na po. Tapos meron po tayong code. Another reason bakit ko pinapakita or bakit ko ginagamit tong quizzes kasi gusto ko yung features na in doing my online class. I hope na sa mga nanonood ng ating live stream today ay meron kayong makuha somehow na tips on how to do your online learning. Again, good morning po sa mga nanonood. So you have here the code. So pwede niyo pong panoorin yan. So wala pa tayong participants. Let's wait for the participants. Yan po yung ating link. You can join in po. Ayun, si Sir Buddy sumali na. Okay. So meron na tayo. I hope na kayo ay makapag-join. Let's wait for some participants more. Good morning. Okay, dumadami na po sila. Again, you can, if you're using your phone in watching this live stream, you can download the app Quizzes sa Play Store. At napakadali lang po siya. You can register as teacher or a student. Hindi po ito paid advertisement na quizzes. I just want to share this kind of thing para magamit din po natin sa ating mga online classes. And then if you're using your browser, you can type in sa inyong search engine yung quizzes.com. Tapos same thing, you can register or kung meron kayong link. So our code for this quiz is 753953. So meron na tayo. Okay? So sa ating lucky participants na mananalo, yung top 3, I will be giving 100 pesos load each to GCash. So later on, kapag kayo ay nanalo dito, kung kayo ay sama sa top 3, ay makaka-receive kayo ng 100 pesos load. I hope na ma-appreciate nyo yung simple price natin. Okay, dumadami na po sila. Don't worry, 6 items lang po ito. It talks about system of linear equations. Yan, dumadami na po. Okay, so habang naghihintay po tayo ng participants, so this time, yung pinaka-purpose kasi nito is for us to solve a system of linear equations na kung saan this will be covered by the week 8 of our most essential learning competencies sa DepEd. We know naman sa bawat region, we have different modules. Ito kasi, bakit ko pinili ito? Kasi we can integrate technology within this kind of topic. At the same time, gusto kong i-emphasize kasi nung browse ko yung module ng grade 8, ay nakita ko may mga missing explanations about this topic. So gusto ko lang siya i-elaborate. By the way, currently I am teaching grade 9 mathematics, pero naging concern lang din ako sa mismong grade 8. Okay, so meron tayong 9 participants. So let's have, okay, sige. So right after this discussion, aside from this review, after this discussion, magkakaroon ng certificates ang mga participants natin later to be given by the DepEd MATHtech unit and Casio Philippines. So meron po tayong free certificates sa mga participants natin. I hope na kayo makapag-participate para makareceive tayo ng certificates. And aside from that, meron tayong matutunan about this kind of topic. I know naman na there are a lot of teachers na alam na kung paano i-deliver to. Ang pinaka-target naman natin right now is to refresh ourselves kung paano ba talaga siya ibibigay sa mga bata within our online class. Okay? So let's have, we already have 12 participants. So meron na tayong mga participants. Sa mga hindi po makakasali sa ating live quiz, if ever na nag-start na po ako, ang mangyayari po, you can comment down below para makita pa rin po natin kung nakakuha ng tama ng sagot yung ating mga participants or yung ating mga live viewers. So we still need 2 more participants. I hope na may 2 pang makasali. Last 2 participants. And then we will start this quiz. Okay. Yan. Okay, we still need 1 more participant to start this live quiz. 1 more. Sa mga nanonood, let's have the last participant. Okay. Last 1 minute. Sige, last 1 minute tayo. Okay. We already have 15 participants. So I think we can start the live quiz. And again, sa mga hindi nakakanood ng ating live quiz, pwede kayong mag-comment sa mga sagot nyo sa ating live stream. Okay, let's start the quiz. So this is a 6-item quiz. Start tayo. Okay, time's up. Okay. Ito yung aking leaderboards. Okay, may nangunguna na. For our fourth question, medyo may nakakuha pa rin ng mali. So it's better for us to review this kind of a topic. Okay, so we have here our summary. We are done with the quiz. 6-item quiz natin. So as you can see, ito yung ating leaderboards. So what's good with this kind of quiz? Kung bakit ko siya pinapakita or bakit ko siya laging ginagamit? Kasi you can have the record of the performance of the students within the quiz. And pwede natin makita yung mga correct answers and incorrect responses of the students para magkaroon tayo ng mga feedbacking. At kung mapansin nyo, makita nyo dito yung mga wrong answers ng mga estudyante at may mga estudyante na hindi talaga nakapagsagot. So, pasensya na kung 10 seconds lang yung binigay kong time kasi medyo matagal pag 20 seconds. So, yan. Again, today, ang mismong topic natin is all about solving systems of linear equation. End ko lang to. Okay, so as you can see sa last question natin, we are asked which of the following are the possible ways on how to solve system of linear equations. At kung napapansin nyo, nandun sa atin yung solving systems of linear equation by graphical method, by substitution method, and by elimination method. So right now, I'm gonna show my presentation. Okay, again, today we will do solving system of linear equations. Ito yung ating grade 8 mathematics. Kasama siya sa week 9 MELC na kung saan dapat natin pagtuunan ng pansin kasi importante rin itong bagay nito in different aspects. So, review muna tayo. Today po, ang ating objective, after going through this lesson, you are expected to solve system of linear equations in 2 variables. First, you need to know how to use graphical method para ma-solve natin yung ating system of linear equations. Next, we will be doing substitution method. And lastly, we will be doing elimination method o yung tinatawag nilang addition method. Again, sa level natin in grade 8 mathematics, ito lang yung tatlong methods na pwede natin gamitin or pasok sa level ng grade 8. Pero there are different ways on how to solve linear equations. So let's start with this one. Ano ba yung system of linear equations? As a review lang. Pag sinabi natin na system of linear equation, it's just the set of two or more linear equations in two variables represented by x and y, and the graph of the system of two equations is a pair of lines in the plane. Now, ito yung mismong general form niya. You have the system ax plus by is equal to c for the first equation, and then we have dx plus dy is equal to f for the second equation. So, i-clear lang natin, when we are doing this with our students, kasi may mga estudyante na hindi clear sa kanila, sir, bakit ang daming variables? Sabi kanina, it is just a set of two or more linear equations in two variables. Pero may nakikita po kaming different letters. So, i-clarify natin sa mga bata na those letters like A, this letter A, this letter A, B, C, D, E, and F are just representation of the possible coefficients and constants of a given system. Ang pinaka-variable natin within this kind of standard form is yung ating variable x and y. Another thing about system of linear equations is that when you're graphing this kind of one, at naghahanap tayo ng solution, meron tayong tatlong possibilities. First possibility is that the line intersects at 0 point. Ibig sabihin nun, the lines are parallel. So later on, I will give you the overview of the graph. And then the next one is the lines intersect at exactly 1 point. Ito yung common cases na may encounter natin in solving systems of linear equation. And then lastly, the lines intersect at infinitely many points. Ito na yung ngayon yung nagko-coincide. So let's start with the first one. We have the graphical method. So let's start with this. To solve a system of linear equations graphically, we graph both equations in the same coordinate system. So given this one, solving a system of linear equation in two variables by graphing will solve in three cases. Ito yung isa sa mga kailangan natin i-review. The first one is this kind of graph. Ito yung usual natin na-encounter. So ano yung description yan? If the graph of the two equations form intersecting lines, then the system has unique solution. Ito na yung may isa lang siyang set of solution. So intersecting lines. The next one na pwede natin ipakita sa mga bata is that we have this kind of graph na kung saan if the graphs of two equations form parallel lines, then the system has no solution. Wala silang intersection. And then lastly, another case na possible na may encounter ng mga bata, para kapag nakapag-graph sila, ay, itong system na to ay intersecting, parallel, and then last one ay ito, sir, bakit iisa lang? Ang ibig sabihin niyan, if the two equations represent the same line, the graph form overlapping lines, then the system has infinitely many solutions. Ang pinaka-purpose kasi ng mga methods natin, ng graphical method, ng substitution method, ng elimination method, is to know the number of solutions or the possible solutions na pwede or kayang isatisfy yung ating given system. So, nung natuturo ko nito sa nung face-to-face pa, kasi ang ginagawa ko rito, pupunta ako sa harapan, and then I will be using my arms. Tapos pag sinabi kong parallel, ginagamit ko yung hands ko, and then intersecting, tapos coinciding. Kasi I know naman na may mga bata tayo na mga bodily kinesthetic. So ang ginagawa ko, I will be showing them my gestures on how to represent intersecting, parallel, and then coinciding. Tapos gagawin nila yun kasi may mga bata tayo na bodily kinesthetic na kung saan kapag ginagawa ng parts ng katawan nila or ginagamitan nila ng parts ng kanyang katawan, parang yung learning is na-reinforce. So sa mga teachers, possible nyo rin gawin yon if ever na magkakaroon kayo ng ganitong set of review. So another thing about graphical method, we need to discuss prerequisite skill. So meron tayo dito. We have the prerequisite skill, which is yung tinatawag nating writing linear equations in slope-intercept form. By the way, this skill, or before yung mismong solving systems of linear equation, meron tayong different topics before yon. Meron tayong topics on how to write equations in this kind of form. And meron din tayong topic or skill na tinuturo sa mga bata, which is yung graphing linear equations. So, kailangan natin emphasize yung mismong topic, yung mismong skill na to. How to write equations in slope-intercept form. We know that we have y is equal to mx plus b. So, anong purpose? Bakit kailangan nating ipakita or i-reintroduce sa mga bata yung skill na to? There are different ways on how to graph equations or linear equations in two variables. Ito kasi napili ko yung paggamit ng slope-intercept form. So, bakit? In this kind of form, madali nating makukuha yung slope at yung y-intercept ng given linear equation. And for me, this kind of way ay mas madaling gamitin para mag-graph ng linear equations. So, ayun po. Hello po sa inyo lahat, sa mga nanonood. Good morning. And sa mga parents, mga students and teachers na nanonood, I hope na meron kayong makakuha na something about this discussion. So, how do we write equations in slope-intercept form muna tayo? So, example, we write the equation 2x plus y is equal to 10 in the form y is equal to mx plus b. The trick in this kind of equation is that we need just to isolate the variable y para makuha natin yung decide nating form na y is equal to mx plus b. So, paano ba ginagawa yun? Sabihin sa mga bata, you can apply addition property of equality, pero mas madali if you will be using transposition method. So, dito, we need to transpose 2x na kung saan, kung mapansin nyo, yung ating term na 2x from left side of the equation, nung transpose na natin siya, it became negative 2x. And by that time, you can easily identify which one or which is the value of your slope. Yung slope natin is represented by the variable m. So we have this. Your m is equal to negative 2, and your b is equal to 10. And by the way, your y-intercept has the coordinates of 0, 10. So, ayan yung prerequisite skill na meron tayo na dapat nating pagtuunan ng pansin kung paano makuha ng bata before dealing with graphical method. So, let me switch to my other presentation. Lilipat lang ako ng presentation ko. Okay. Sir, nakita ba yung aking screen?
Wala pa po, sir.
Okay. Yan.
Okay na po.
So actually, nag-shift ako ng aking presentation from PowerPoint to Jamboard. Transfer ko dito yung presentation ko for the graphical method. Okay? So let's start with the graphical method. Again, we have here the given system, sabi sa ating direction, solve the given system of linear equations by graphical method. So, I hope na yung mga bata natin or yung mga estudyante natin, alam na nila kung paano mag-graph ng linear equation. And basically, sabi ko kanina sa ating prerequisite skill, ang gagamit nating method dito is yung pag-transform ng isang equation in slope-intercept form. So, we're given a system, negative x plus y is equal to 4. And then the next equation is x plus y is equal to 2. Actually, this given system is, ito yung system na nasa mismong module ng DepEd. At nakita ko kasi, kaya ito yung ginamit ko, para in case man na merong modular student na manonood ng ating discussion, ay matutunan niya. Bakit? Sir, bakit nyo ito yung binigyan yung example? Kasi nakita ko sa mismong module, binigay lang yung system, tapos meron ng solution at meron ng graph without even discussing kung paano ba yung method ng graphing. So I hope na sa mga estudyante natin mapanood nyo ito. So you have here negative x plus y. We have here negative x plus y is equal to 4. Again, our target is to transform those equations into y is equal to mx plus b. So ang target lang natin dito first is to isolate the variable y para makuha natin yung desired form natin. So first, you need to transpose the term negative x. So you will be having y is equal to x plus 4. In this case, kung mapansin nyo, parehas na. Same na yung ating pattern. And then, kung nakuha na natin yung y is equal to mx plus b natin, we can easily identify the value of your m and the value of your b. Yung slope natin, syempre, sir, wala naman tayong value ng slope dyan. Meron tayo dito. Meron tayong invisible one na hindi nakikita, na coefficient of x. And then, for the y-intercept, the value of your y-intercept is 4. At don't forget to mention na kapag nakakuha sila ng y-intercept, meron siyang kaakibat na coordinates. Alam naman natin na when we are doing the y-intercept, ang kanyang format is always 0, b. Wherein, lagi natin sineset yung ating x-coordinate bilang 0. Therefore, the coordinates of your y-intercept is 0, 4. So later on, we will graph those informations. And then next natin is that we have the second equation, which is x plus y is equal to 2, na kung saan, we can also transform this equation in slope-intercept form na mas madali lang, i-transpose natin yung variable x natin to the other side of the equation. And then we will be having y is equal to negative x plus 2. Wherein, if this is your equation, your slope, your m is equal to, wait lang, nag-move yung ating presentation. Sorry, nag-move yung ating presentation. Adjust ko lang yung aking screen. Oh. Ito po adjust natin yung ating Jamboard presentation. Okay, so in this kind of equation, yung ating magiging slope is negative 1. Tapos, yung ating y-intercept is equal to 2. Which is, ang coordinates ng ating y-intercept is none other than 0, 2. Ngayon, if nagadala natin yung information na kailangan natin to graph this two equations, ang gagawin naman natin is gamitin na yung ating Cartesian plane. So paano? Let's start with the first one. Mag-focus tayo dito. Yung slope, ang una yung gagawin dito is to use the coordinates of your y-intercept. You have 0, 4. So ilalagay natin dito, you have 0, 4, at yung ating y-intercept is within the y-axis. Okay? And then right after that, right after natin i-plot yung coordinates ng ating y-intercept, we will be using the information na nakuha natin about the slope. So don't forget na pwede natin gamitin dito yung rise over run. Pag rise over run, at whole number ang slope mo, automatic meron ka rito invisible one na denominator. So this is your rise. So using your rise, which is 1, mag-move lang tayo dito ng 1 unit. And then for our run, mag-move rin tayo ng 1 unit papunta sa right. And then, malilocate na natin ngayon yung ating 2 points. So we can graph this equation like this. So I hope na maging straight yung aking line. At makuha natin yung intersection nila. Sa mga nanonood, you can also try this kind of method. Kung meron kayong mga notebook na may graphing paper or kahit yung normal notebook lang para habang ginagawa natin itong discussion na to ay na-practice nyo rin. So another thing, let's move on with the next equation. How to graph this one. We have m is equal to negative 1 and then yung y-intercept is 0, 2. We will graph that. 0, 2 is within here, your y-axis. Graph natin. And then, eto na, sa slope. Sa slope natin, you have your -1. So you will be putting here your denominator as 1 para magkaroon ka ng value ng run. Pero ang ginagawa ko rito, pansin nyo, di ba? You have rise over run, yung rise mo, which is negative. Ako, ang ginagawa ko dyan, para hindi ma-confuse yung mga bata, nililipat ko yung negative sign sa denominator. Pwede yon. Pwede yon. Pero yung ating run, for the sake of this demonstration, yung ating run is negative. Look at this one, this is negative. So if your rise is negative, hindi ka ngayon mag-move pataas. Ang movement mo ay downward. So from this point, from your y-intercept, mag-move tayo ng 1 unit downward. And then, yung run mo ngayon is +1 or 1, meaning you will be moving papunta sa right side ng ating equation para malocate natin yung second point natin for us to draw another line. And as you can see, mag-draw natin tayo ng ating line. Sana maging straight. Okay. So, pasensya na kung hindi straight, hindi perfect yung ating line. So, as you can see, yung ating line ngayon ay merong intersection. Sa mga bata na nanonood, I hope na kapag nakita nyo nag-intersect yung ating line, they're intersecting, meaning meron tayong distinct solution. So, ang gagawin natin dito, yung kanilang point of intersection, this will serve as your solution. Para makuha yung solution diyan, you need to know the coordinates. Okay? So, we have here the coordinates. Ang coordinates ng ating solution, ay nagalaw siya. Wait lang ha. Gumalaw yung ating Jamboard presentation. Yung ating solution dito ngayon is -1, 3. Ito yung solution natin. Okay? So, yun ang mismo solution. The solution of the system is -1 and 3. So, anong ibig sabihin po niyan? I-emphasize din natin sa mga bata to. Na kapag nakakuha sila ng ganyang klaseng solution, it simply means that the value of your x in that given system is -1, tapos yung value ng kanilang y is equal to 3. Para malaman nila, ito pala yung mga values ng variable na hinahanap natin within this solution or within this system. So, ayan yung way kung paano gumamit ng graphical method. So, let's move on with the next example para mas makita natin. Again, good morning sa mga nanonood. So, let's move on. So, for our next example, sabi dito, solve the given system of linear equations by graphical method. So sa mga nanonood, you can try at pwede kayo mag-comment ng inyong solution gamit yung ating system using graphical method. So you have here this equation. We have x plus y is equal to 1. And then again, you have to transform these equations to y is equal to mx plus b. And then, isolate lang natin yung variable y. So we can have the new equation. You have y is equal to x negative x plus 1. So, ang next natin gagawin dito is for us to get the value of slope m is equal to -1. Tapos yung iyong magiging y-intercept is equal to 1. So yun yung information ng ating first equation. Kung mapasin, di ba, napakabilis lang. And then right after this, you will be using the next equation. You have 2x plus 2y is equal to 2. Tapos, transpose natin si 2x sa kabila, it will give you 2y is equal to -2x plus 2. And then, ang target natin is to get y to be isolated. So, ang gagawin natin dito, we will divide the equation by 2. So, you have y is equal to -x plus 1. O, dinivide natin yan. And then, extract natin yung value ng ating slope, which is m is equal to -1. At yung y-intercept is equal to 1. Basically, kung meron tayong mga batang madaling ma-notice yung ating solution o yung formation ng ating equation, mapapansin nyo, nakapag-produce tayo ng isang equation. So kapag parehas yung ating equation, meron na expected output or graph. By the way, you can also use this calculator. Meron ako rito ginagamit ng emulator, yung ating FXCG plus CG50, wherein we can have the function of this one para mag-graph at makita natin solution. Sir, bakit po tayo gagamit ng calculator? Okay, listen, my dear teachers, I know naman, even in our school, at even sa mga dati kong naging teacher, may mga teachers talaga sa math na ayaw nilang magpagamit ng calculator. Meron. May mga nag-exist pa rin na ayaw nilang magpagamit ng calculator. Kasi gusto nila matutunan ng mga bata yung mismong skill manually. Pero, since we already have the technology para mas ma-lessen yung mismong work ng mga bata at hindi na sila ma-stress in doing this kind of thing, we can use different softwares or different ways on how to do it para mas mabilis yung gawa nila. Ano ba yung sir, paano yun? Hindi nila masyado maintindihan yung topic. Ito ang gawin natin. My dear teachers, kapag nag-integrate tayong technology, remind them na dapat kapag ginamit natin yung technology na to, ay ang purpose nito is para ma-lessen lang yung work natin. Pero ang target talaga natin, sabihin natin sila na kailangan matutunan niyo yung mismong konsepto before tayo gumamit ng technology. Ganun ang ginagawa ko. Sa una, maggagawa ko ng manual computation sa kahit sa anong topic. So sa pangalawa naman, pangalawang exercises ko or examples ko, I will be using some ways on how to do it more easier. So dito, in using this emulator, we have FXCG50. Ang gagawin mo lang dito is to press press 5. Kung gagamit kayo nito para sa graph, press natin yung 5. Para ma-enjoy nyo itong ating discussion, you can also download the emulator. Meron silang free emulator for 90 days. Yan, meron silang free emulator para sa mga educators, sa mga students na pwede nyo i-download within your laptops. So, delete lang muna natin to. I forgot to delete this one. Yes. Delete muna natin yung ating mga input na system. Okay. So, paano gamitin yung ating CG50? Una, press nyo lang yung 5. And right after that, mapupunta kayo sa mismong function. And then, ang pinakagusto ritong gawin, ang mismong default dito, is sana naka-y-intercept yung ating, naka-slope intercept form yung ating equation. So, since yung ating equation ay naka-slope intercept form na, we can easily input yung ating equations within this kind of calculator, yung ating emulator na FX-CG50. So una, di ba we have negative x. I-press nyo lang yung negative sign. And then, wag niyo po pipindutin yung inyong x variable sa keyboard ng inyong laptop. Ang gagawin nyo dito, you will be using the x variable here under the alpha button. Meron tayo ditong x. Para makuha natin yung x variable. Kasi kapag ginamit natin yung keyboard natin sa laptop, nag-error. And then, press 1, plus 1. Right after this, you will be clicking this button para ma-save natin yung function. Tapos kung mapansin nyo, sir, nasaan yung graph? Pwede natin ma-view yung graph by pressing F6. Yung draw. Ito na. As you can see, yung ating mismong graph ay kulay blue. Yan yung ating graph. Now, let's move on with the next function. Again, to input your function, kailangan naka-slope intercept form siya. Ang gawin natin, let's press the negative sign and then the variable x here under the alpha button. Then plus 1. Tapos, click natin yung x para mag-save yung ating function. Click. And then, to see the graph of this function or this equation, kailangan lang natin i-press yung F6. As you can see, sir, nasaan yung ating line? Yung ating second function is red. Right? So ngayon, kung mapansin nyo, yung ating function ay nag-overlap. Ibig sabihin lang nito, guys, or dear teachers, that yung lines natin, since parehas yung equation, as you can see, ay iisa lang. Anong ibig sabihin? Anong implication yan? Therefore, yung ating mismong system ay meron siyang infinite number of solution. Meron tayong infinite number of solution para sa ating given system. Sir, ba't ganon? Magkaiba sila. Nangyayari po talaga, magkaiba yung given system, magkaiba yung given equation from the start of the system. Pero kapag sinimplify nyo siya, it will give you this kind of output. Okay? So, ganyan yung way on how to use this emulator. Again, you can download a free version of this emulator for 90 days. At para ma-enjoy, kasi we can use this sa ating mga online classes. Napakaganda niyang gamitin. Okay? So, I hope na yung ating mga viewers ay nakikita kung paano gamitin ito. So, I hope na naging clear ang ating discussion within solving systems of linear equation by graphical method. Kasi medyo matrabaho to para sa mga bata kasi ang skill na kailangan nila matutunan, una, they need to know how to graph a linear equation into variables. Kailangan alam din nila yung information about the slope and the y-intercept. Pero sa gamit yung ating Casio calculator FXCG50, we can easily graph this at pwede nilang madaling matutunan yung pag-graph ng ating system. At madali rin nilang malalaman yung solution na meron yung ating systems of linear equation. Okay? So let's move on with the next one. Right after the graphical method, ang next topic naman natin, o yung mismong part ng series ng solving systems of linear equation, ay yung tinatawag naman natin na substitution method. Ito yung medyo matrabaho sa lahat ng method na meron tayo. Inom lang tayo ng tubig, guys. Nakauhaw. Okay. So again, good morning. Let's move with the next part of our discussion. We have here the substitution method. Na kung saan, ito yung matrabaho kasi ang daming ways or ang daming pasikot-sikot na mismong topic na to. So, try natin, basahin muna natin. In substitution method, one of the equation is manipulated to express one variable in terms of the other variable. This derived value would then be substituted to the second equation, forming a new equation with one variable. Now, ito yung steps natin. We have the step 1. We have this step 1 na kung saan, sabi dito, step 1, solve for one variable in one of the equations. Number 2, substitute the derived value into the second equation. Number 3, we have solved the equation to get the value of the variable. Number 4, substitute the value to any of the original equation to solve. And then number 5, last step, write the values from step 3 and step 4 as an ordered pair, x, y, and check. Now, sa ibang references, they have different version ng ways kung paano, yung iba, 3 steps lang, yung iba, 4 steps, and sa ating discussion, we have 5 steps. So let's start with the example. We have here, consider the following system of linear equations. So I have negative x plus 1 is equal to 4, and then the other one is x plus y is equal to 2. Kung mananotice nyo, my dear teachers, kung mananotice nyo, I have the same equation. Nakita ko lang po same equation po siya from the first example na meron tayo sa graphical method. And I hope na makuha natin yung same solution. Sir, bakit kailangan same equation? Ito sa akin po, sa part ko as a teacher, ang ginagawa ko dito when I am doing this kind of discussion, ang ginagawa ko dito, at the first part, I will be using the same equations sa iba't ibang klaseng method, from graphical to substitution and to elimination. Sir, bakit? Ang reason lang is para makita ng mga bata na given the same system of linear equation, kahit parehas pa yan, at gumamit ako ng different methods, I can still get the same solution. Para makita nila, ay, okay, possible pala na kung ito yung system, kung mas gusto kong gamitin yung graphical, makukuha ko yung same answer. At kapag ginamit ko yung substitution or elimination method, makakuha ko yung same answer. Bakit? Tandaan natin, my dear teachers, possible na lumabas yung mga ganitong klaseng question or problems ng math sa mga examinations or sa mga entrance examinations na papasukin na nga ng mga estudyante in the near future. So we can give them the different methods or pwede natin may ipakita sa amin different methods kung paano isolve yung system na to. Kasi pag graphical method, medyo matrabaho. Even yung substitution method. So, merong freedom yung mga bata natin sometimes, kung free sila, meron silang freedom kung ano yung mas gusto nilang method or in other words, kung saan yung mas gamay nilang system, kung saan yung mas gamay nilang method on how to solve system of linear equations. So let's start. Medyo mahaba yung aking sinabi about substitution method. Ito yung matrabaho. Una, sa ating step dito, isipin natin, we will be choosing from equation number 1. From equation number 1 to equation number 2, kung alin yung gagamitin natin equation. Basically, kung ako yung magtuturo nito, ang pipiliin ko ay yung variable na merong coefficient na 1. Pero kung mapansin nyo sa ating example, ay yung kanilang coefficients ay equal sa 1. So, we're free to use any of the two, either of equation number 1 and equation number 2. Pero for the sake of this demonstration, I will be using equation number 1. So, you have negative x plus y is equal to 4. Sabi doon, we need to solve for the initial value of a variable. So, ako pipiliin ko, I will be solving for the variable y. So, ang gagawin ko lang dito is I will be transposing negative x sa kabilang side, and then I can have y is equal to x plus 4. So, this is our third equation. Ito yung equation number 3 natin. Wherein, ito lang yung initial value ng ating y. Hindi pa natin nakukuha yung mismong value ng y, ha? Sir, anong purpose ng equation number 3 natin? We will be using this one para mahanap naman natin ngayon yung value ng ating isa pang variable. So, since ginamit natin yung equation number 1, gagamitin ngayon natin yung equation number 2 to solve for x. Yan. The equation number 2 natin is that we have x plus y is equal to 2. Since your y is equal to x plus 4, we can plug in or substitute x plus 4 to this variable y. Tandaan natin yun, eh? So, palitan natin, you have x plus the quantity of x plus 4 is equal to 2. And then you can manipulate the equation. Manipulate natin, simplifying this one, this will give you x plus x plus 4 is equal to 2. And then, combining like terms, you can have 2x plus 4 is equal to 2. Tapos, as you can see, meron tayong panibagong equation. Transpose natin si 4 sa kabila. You have 2x is equal to 2. And then, since transpose natin si 4 sa kabilang side of the equation, you can have negative 4. And simplifying this will give you 2x is equal to negative 2. And dividing both sides of the equation by 2, para makuha natin variable x, we have divided by 2. Your x is equal to simply negative 1. Ayan. This is the first variable na nakuha natin. Since we already have the value of x, ang target naman natin ngayon is to solve for the real value of y that can satisfy the given system of linear equation. Ang next step natin is to solve for y. Ito yung manual method natin, ha. So you have here, ang gagamitin ko ngayon, you can either use equation number 1 or equation number 2. Ang gagamitin ko ay yung equation number 1 muna. Sige, try natin. Pero actually, pwede natin gamitin yung ating equation number 3. Pero For the sake of this demonstration, I will be using equation number 2. You have x plus y is equal to, I will be using equation number 1. Gamitin natin. Let's erase this part. Okay. Equation number 1, negative x plus y is equal to 4. Ang value ng x natin is equal to negative 1. I-plug in natin siya sa variable x natin. You have negative times negative 1 plus y is equal to 4. And simplifying our equation, this will become 1 kasi negative times negative. It will produce positive plus y is equal to 4. And then, to solve for y, i-isolate lang natin siya and transpose 1 to the other side of the equation. You can have y is equal to 4. You can have y is equal to 4 minus 1. And then, simplifying this, it will give you y is equal to 3. So, ito na yung value ng ating variables. Ano ibig sabihin yan? Ibig sabihin yan that the solution is negative 1, 3. Okay? So, kung papansin nyo, di ba napakahaba? After natin ituro sa mga bata yan, we can also employ how to use the calculator or the technology na available sa atin. Para sa una, nahihirapan sila at alam na nila yung mismong konsepto on how to use substitution method. It's time for us na turuan pa rin sila pero with ease na or parang mas madaling way na. So I have here a Casio emulator. So basically, the ClassWiz. Sa ClassWiz tayo. Okay. So, Sir Buds, okay lang po ba pakita lang po ng paki-open lang po yung aking camera. Okay. So right now, I have here a ClassWiz version na gusto ko ipakita. Kanina yung pinakita ko ay yung ating emulator ay CG50. Ngayon naman, we will be using the Casio ClassWiz emulator. Na kung saan, again, you can download this software or emulator sa mismong site ng Casio. Meron silang ino-offer na free trial for the teachers and students para ma-enjoy nyo rin sa inyong mga online classes. And then right now, I have here the pink version of Casio ClassWiz FX 1999 1EX. And as you can see, this one is color pink. Sabi naman, hindi naman siya sobrang diba, girly. Pero sabi doon sa nung pinost ko to sa aking Facebook page, sabi, tough men use pink or wear pink. So it's not bad to use this kind of color. And meron ding version itong kulay green, I think, and black yung original. Last time, yun yung una ko na-purchase. And ito, thank you sa ating sponsor, sa nag-sponsor nitong ating Casio ClassWiz pink version. And I hope na sa next, meron akong i-release na unboxing and review of the features of Casio ClassWiz FX99 1XE. I hope na mapanood nyo and you can share this to your students. I-upload ko siya next week. Okay? Again, I can use this one, pero for the sake of this demonstration, I will be using the Casio ClassWiz emulator. So paano ba natin i-solve or gamitin yung Casio ClassWiz emulator sa pag-solve ng systems of linear equation? Kanina, gumamit tayo ng isang emulator para sa pag-graph. Dito, okay, listen. So we'll start with the menu setup. The menu setup, click natin ito. So, mapansin nyo, ito, pag prinas natin yung 1, ito yung normal calculation. And then, pag prinas natin yung menu setup or yung menu ng Casio ClassWiz, meron tayong makikitang different functions nito. And for this kind of topic or this kind of problem, ang pwede natin gamitin ay yung, saan na yan? Balang natin. Gagamitin natin dito si equation or function. Wherein, kapag, again, balikan lang natin punta tayo sa ating menu, and then we can press A. Nasaan ba yung A natin dito? Para ma-press natin yung A, kailangan mo lang pindutin yung alpha, and then, kung mapansin nyo dito, meron tayong variable A dito. Click lang natin to, at ayan ang lalabas. Again, balikan ko lang po ulit. On lang natin. Menu. And then, let's go with alpha. And then, A. Yung kulay red na letter A dito. Para mapunta kayo sa ating equation and function. Ngayon, sir, anong gagamitin natin? Is it the number 1 and number 2? Gagamitin natin yung simultaneous equation. We will be pressing 1. I-press natin yung 1. So, our next question dito, how many unknowns, or pag tinanong ko kayo dyan, ang ibig sabihin yan, ilang variable yung nawawala? So, we will be pressing 2. Kasi meron tayong nawawalang 2 variables. At ito yung mismong makikita nyo sa inyong screen if ever na nag-download kayo ng ating emulator. So, as you can see, yung format ng ating equations dito ay naka-standard form. Wherein, kung meron kayo may encounter na problem na hindi naka-standard form, kailangan nyo siyang i-write in standard form. So, i-press lang natin. Inom muna tayong tubig. Nakakauhaw. Okay. So, una. So, paano natin i-input? So, as you can see, we have here the coefficient of your x, which is negative. So, i-press mo dito, negative 1. I-click mo yung negative 1. And then, ang gagawin mo ngayon ay press mo yung equal para mag-move siya sa next variable. Then right after that, we have here this next term. Ang kanya namang coefficient is 1. So press mo lang ay 1 sa ating emulator. Tapos, i-click mo ulit yung iyong equal sign para mapunta ka ngayon sa constant, which is yung ating 4. So you have 4 as your constant. So you have already inputted the variable value or the coefficients of your first equation. Next naman natin is yung pag-i-input ng x plus y is equal to 2. So una medyo mahirap lang to, pero pag nasanay na kayo at meron kayong actual calculator, ay mas madali nyo itong magagamit. So ang ating coefficient dito is 1. So you have to press 1 and then equal sign. Next, you also have here the coefficient of 1 sa ating variable y. So you have here 1. And then, press equal sign. Tapos yung coefficient natin, which is 2. Ito yung 2 natin. You have to click 2. And then, press equals. And then, para makuha natin yung solution natin, press muli yung equal sign. So as you can see, ayan. Pag in-input natin yung ating equation, within this, ay makakuha rin natin yung ating solution, which is x is equal to negative 1. At kapag prines mo ulit yung iyong equal sign, you will be having the value of your variable y, which is equal to 3. So there's no difference between manual calculation and using the Casio calculator or this calculator. Diba? Mas kaysa naman mag-spend tayo ng sobrang haba ng time. And mas mabuti na rin na matutunan ng mga bata on how to use the calculator or different functions of calculator. Malay natin. Some of our students will be future engineering students, and then nagkaroon sila ng mga board exams. Alam na nilang gumamit ng calculator. Kasi pansin ko lang din, for the past 6 years na nagtuturo ako ng mga high school students, yung mga bata natin ay it seems like na napaka inosente nila in using the calculator. Ang alam lang gamitin normally ay yung normal calculation, pero yung different functions ng calculator ay hindi pa nila na-discover. So, my dear teachers, you can use calculators para hindi naman sobrang hirap yung mga bata at para masanay silang gumamit ng calculators. And in the near future, if ever na magamit nila or naka-encounter sila ng ganitong problem at meron silang calculator, madali lang nilang magagamit yung calculator nila. Okay? So let's move on with the next one. Okay, sa ating emulator. So kung mapansin nyo, di ba? Kanina sa ating, balikan ko lang, sa ating graphical method, with the same system, ang nangyayari ay ito parehas lang yung nakuha natin solution. So there's no difference. Kailangan natin ipakita sa mga bata yan. So let's move on with the next slide. Okay. So we have here solve the given system of linear equations by substitution. So di ba, kung mapansin nyo, medyo mahirap na siya. Okay? So maghihintay tayo sa ating chat box. Baka meron sa inyo mga nanonood. Okay, you can comment down below. You can use substitution method and solve for this problem for, I think, 2 minutes. Okay. Again, thank you sa mga ating mga live viewers. While I'm flashing the problem, pwede kayo mag-solve using substitution method para ma-practice natin. And even for the students. Okay lang ba mag-shoutout ako rito? Okay. So shoutout pala sa mga, special shoutout sa mga co-teachers ko from Adelina 1 National High School. Lalo na sa mathematics department ng aming school. And thank you sa support ng ating mga viewers. Okay. I hope na meron nag-solve ng ating problem. We have x plus y is equal to 15, and then 2x plus 3y is equal to 10. Later on, we will be using the emulator para ma-solve natin mas mabilis to. Ano oras na? It's already 11 and 11. Okay. Again, sa mga viewers natin, right after this discussion, magkakaroon tayo ng live quiz na kung saan yung ating mga participants, they will be having certificates para sa ating discussion today. Okay? I hope na kayo ay good morning, Mamilat Manalo. Shout out. Okay, so let's have this solution, the solution for this system. Let's use the emulator. Okay, so punta tayo sa ating menu. And then input na natin to para mas mabilis tayo. Menu, and then let's press alpha, and then the variable a para makapunta tayo sa ating equation and function. And then we will be pressing the number 1 button at ilang unknown. Meron tayong 2 unknown variables. So input natin. In this situation, right here, yung ating coefficient dito ay 1. So we can have this 1. So input natin equals. Tapos yung ating coefficient dito for the y term, we have also 1. At yung ating constant is 15. So we can have 15, press 15, then equal sign. Na-input na natin yung first equation natin. And then for the second equation, we have here the coefficient of 2. Input natin yung 2, equal sign. And then right after that, yung coefficient ng ating y term of the second equation is equal to 3. Press natin yung 3. And then equal sign. And then we have 10 as your constant. So you have to input 10 equals. So, kung mapansin nyo, we already have the 2 equation na meron tayo. And then, para makuha natin yung value ng ating x and y, you have to press equal sign. Then there you have it. Your x is equal to 35. And then for the value of y, we can have y is equal to negative 20. Anong ibig sabihin yan? Ang ibig sabihin yan, the solution of the given system is none other than 35, negative 20. As you can see, di ba, napakadali lang ng ating solution. We're in kanina, though napakasimple lang ng ating equation, ay tumagal tayo. So again, sa mga teachers na nanonood dito, when you are discussing this kind of topic, ibigay natin sa first example yung manual o yung mismong konsepto ng solving systems of linear equation para matutunan nila in a hard way yung ating mismong method. Pero, ang advice ko lang sa mga teachers, lalo sa mga grade 8 teachers, you can also integrate technology para ma-lesson. Tandaan natin na hindi lahat ng mga estudyante natin ay mga sobrang galing sa mathematics. At yung iba, hirap na hirap. Or yung iba naman, kailangan pa nilang i-practice yung isang skill para mabilis nilang matutunan. Pero dito, within the use of technology or calculator, mas mapapabilis yung ating solution. Okay? So that's it for the substitution method. And I think meron pa ba akong example number 3? Yan. So right after the graphical method and the substitution method, let's move on with the elimination method. Ito yung sa akin, for me, this is the most popular way on how to solve system of linear equation. Yung iba, ang tawag nila dito is yung addition method. Pero ako, I am using the term elimination method. So how do we use elimination method? Algebraically, elimination method is a technique for solving systems of linear equation which involves canceling or eliminating one variable by adding or subtracting the two equations. Bakit ko ginagamit yung term na elimination? Para ma-instill ko sa mga bata na, ay, elimination method to, ibig sabihin merong mai-eliminate na variable. Ganun yung mismong thinking ko, bakit ito yung ginagamit kong name ito. Okay, let's start with this one. Using the same equation from graphical substitution, let's move on with the elimination. So how do we eliminate? Or how to use elimination method in solving systems of linear equation? Basically, ako, sabi ko sa mga bata dito, maghanap kayo ng mga terms na merong coefficient na additive inverse. Or isipin nyo, yung kanilang coefficient ay parehas pero magkaiba ng sign. So dito basically sa ating equation or sa ating given systems, meron tayo dito, kung mapansin nyo, yung ating x variable, we have the constant of 1, the coefficient of negative 1, and 1, wherein, ito na agad yung magiging clue natin na kung saan, ito yung pwede natin may eliminate. So, papakita ko lang sa inyo. Erase lang natin ito. So again, sa mga viewers natin, later on, meron tayong live quiz and mag-i-issue yung ating DepEd MATHtech unit at Casio Philippines ng certificate for the live viewers. So, ang gagawin natin dito is we'll be using this one. Negative x plus y is equal to 4. And then the next equation is x plus y is equal to 2. Tapos, i-add lang natin sila. Pag in-add natin yung dalawang terms natin, negative x plus x, it will produce 0. And then for next one, you have plus y, it will give you 2y. And then for the constant, you can have 6. So our new equation here is we have 2y is equal to 6. And then to solve for y, kung masin nyo, di ba, na-eliminate natin yung variable x. Ang natira na lang is yung variable y. Kaya, mas mabuti na malaman nyo, ay, elimination method itong ginagawa ni sir. So you have here to divide the variable, divide both sides by 2 para makuha natin yung variable y natin. So simplifying this one, this will give you the value of 3. Okay? Ito na. Ngayon, right after natin makuha yung value ng isang variable, sir, lagi po bang y variable ang unang nakukuha? It depends on the given system. Possible din naman na x yung nakukuha nating variable sa unang solution natin. So, right after this, after natin makakuha ng isang value ng variable, gagamitin natin itong nakuha nating y is equal to 3 to find the value of x or to solve for x. Na kung saan, we are free to use either the equation number 1 or equation number 2. So sa akin, gagamitin ko yung equation number 2. Try natin yung equation number 2. You have x plus 2, x plus y is equal to 2. Again, pwede nyo gamitin yung first equation or second equation. So we have this, your y is equal to 3, wherein we can plug in 3 para mabago natin yung variable y, and then substituting the value of y, we can have x plus 3 is equal to 2. And transpose natin si positive 3 sa kabilang side ng ating equation. So you can have this x is equal to 2 minus 3. And simplifying this part of our solution, we can have x is equal to negative 1. Wherein, eto na, we have y is equal to 3 and negative 1. Ang ibig sabihin ulit niyan, the solution of the given system is none other than negative 1, 3. Now, ayun na. We are done with the 3 different ways on how to solve it. Diba, kung makasin nyo, we started with the graphical method, we have the substitution method, and then we have the elimination method. Wherein, pare-parehas lang yung ating nakukuhang solution. So, right after this, pwede nyo sabihin sa mga estudyante, you can use different methods na kung saan kayo nadadalian o saan mas gamay nyo yung solution, at even though iba-iba yung methods na gamitin nila, given the same system, we can still get the same solution that can satisfy the given system of linear equations. So, let's move on with the next example. Yan. We have here, solve using elimination method. So dito, basically, in using elimination method, kailangan natin isulat yung equations natin into standard form. Bakit, sir? Kailangan kasi naka-align yung bawat terms. Dito kasi hindi aligned yung ating variable, yung terms ng y natin, saka yung ating constants. So, sabihin natin sa mga estudyante natin na kailangan muna naka-standard form in using elimination method. So, ang hindi naka-standard form ay yung first equation. So, we will be transforming this into standard form. You have here x. Transpose natin si y sa kabila. X minus y is equal to 2. And then, since yung ating second equation is already in standard form, copy na lang natin. We have x plus 5y is equal to 8. And then, pwede na sila ngayon mag-perform ng elimination method. Pero, papansin nyo, di ba? They have different, wala pa tayong pwedeng ma-eliminate. So, sir, anong gagawin natin dyan? So basically, ang pwede nyo magawa dito is that you can eliminate variable x. Pero sa ngayon, hindi pa. So, paano nga po? So, gagawin natin, set up natin, we will be multiplying the first equation by negative 1. Yung buong equation So, bakit natin kailangan i-multiply by negative 1? Look at this one. When we multiply the variable x by negative 1, it will give you negative x. Wherein, pwede na natin ma-eliminate yung negative x saka x. So, try na natin So, multiply natin, it will give you negative x. And then, ito naman, distribute natin. We have plus y. And negative 1 times 2, it will give you negative 2. So, kung mapansin nyo, di ba? Since nag-multiply tayo ng negative 1 within our equation, lahat ng sign ng ating terms ay nagbago. And then, for the second equation, copy na lang natin. You have x plus 5y is equal to 8. Wherein, we can perform now the elimination method. Try natin. So, dito, pwede natin makancel yung x terms. And then, simplifying your equations or system, you can have y plus 5y, which is 6y, is equal to 6. And then, to solve for y, divide both sides by 6. You have y is equal to 1. So, baka meron may mga viewers na tayo na nanood. Ay, mga nagsasagot na. Bibilis nila. Baka nauunahan niyo pa talaga ako sa pag-solve natin. So, So meron na silang sagot 3,1. I-verify natin. Verify po natin. Okay, meron tayong mga live viewers na active sa pagsasagot. Shoutout kay Adam. Thank you. Hi, Adam. Okay, so we have here the variable y, which is equal to 1. And then, for the variable x, since nakuha na natin yung variable y natin, sir, anong gagamitin natin? You can use equation number 1 or equation number 2. Pero, ang advice ko sa inyo dito, turuan natin mga bata natin na i-observe yung given system. I-observe yung given system. As you can see, yung first equation natin dito, yung ating variable x is already isolated. So, ang advice ko dito, instead of using the equation number 2, we can easily find the variable x gamit lang yung equation number 1 natin. So, lagyan natin dito solve for x. Your y is equal to 1. And then, using the first equation, x is equal to 2 plus y. You have x is equal to, i-plug in natin dito yung value ng y natin. You have 2 plus 1. As you can see, you have x is equal to 3. Ito na ngayon yung sagot natin. So, i-move lang natin, na-move yung ating presentation. Anong ibig sabihin yan? The solution of the given system is 3, 1. Tama yung mga nakakuha ng sagot dito. Check lang natin yung ating live stream. So, shoutout sa mga nakakuha ng tamang sagot kay Ma'am, is it Ma'am or Glenn? Ma'am or Sir? Ma'am Glenn or Sir? And then si Ma'am Josephine Concepcion, shoutout sa inyo. At saka si Ma'am Cherilyn Fernandez. So, tama yung sagot nila. So, ngayon naman po, check naman natin how we're gonna use the emulator gamit yung elimination. Input natin. Sana makuha tayong tamang sagot, ng parehas sa sagot. So, try natin sa ating input ulit tayo sa ating emulator. So, ang ating coefficient dito sa standard form ay 1. So, first equation, you have here the 1. So, input natin 1. And then, equal sign. Tapos dito naman, we have negative x. So, negative 1 ang lalagay natin dito, minus 1. And then, for the coefficient, we have 2 as your coefficient. Press equal para makapag-input tayo sa ating next equation. We have the coefficient of x here, which is 1. Input natin. And then, the coefficient of y is 5. Napagod na ako, sorry. Hinihingal na ako. And then, for the coefficient of, for the constant term, you have your 8 as your constant. So, input na natin yung ating given system to find the value, press natin equal sign, and then, as you can see, the value of x is equal to 3, and the value of y, press natin equal, is also equal to 1. So, either of the two, you can use manual method kung gusto niyo yan, pero para mas malasan yung workload in solving systems of linear equation, you can also use the ClassWiz calculator. So, ayan. So, I hope na within our tutorial or within this session, natutunan nyo kung paano na-refresh kayo on how to solve for this equation gamit yung ating manual method or elimination method at yung ating Casio ClassWiz calculator. So, I think meron pa ako nitong example. Ayun. Again, sa mga nanonood, that is our last example. Maraming salamat po sa inyo. So, inom na tayong tubig. Ako ay nauuhaw na. My dear teachers, maraming salamat po sa mga nanonood. And I hope na within our tutorial or within this session, kung ikaw ay isang estudyante, natutunan mo yung ways on how to use the graphical method, the elimination method, and the substitution method in solving systems of linear equation. Kasi kung ikaw ay online student, lalong-lalo na sa modular class, wala kang guide as your teacher. I hope na makatulong itong session natin para masolve mo yung problems within your module. And then sa mga teachers naman, I hope na nakakuha kayong something about our session on how to deliver solving systems of linear equation through your online classes. At sa mga parents, I hope na pag-aralan nyo rin yung method natin on how to solve this kind of problems para kung yung mga bata natin is kailangan ng assistance within modular or online classes, we can also help them. Kasi within this new normal, kailangan hindi lang teacher yung nag-guide sa ating mga students. Even the parents can also guide those students. And again, maraming salamat sa mga nanood ng ating live session today about solving systems of linear equation. Maraming salamat po sa inyo. Sir Buds, okay na po ako? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sir Gon, for that very wonderful presentation. So at this point, before we proceed to the next part of the program, let us watch this short video. Okay, ayan po yung napanood natin is the Aeroplano, the DepEd serye spearheaded by the Department of Education. Ito po yung nakakita ng iba't ibang gamit ng mga learning platforms na meron po tayo. Tulad po ngayon, ang pinakita po ay DepEd Commons na I think it is still accessible at this point. So, ngayon naman po, let us hear a message coming from the very supportive educational unit head of Casio. Let's all welcome Mr. Joel C. Serrano. Hello, Sir Joel.
Hello, Sir Buddy. Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon, sir.
Namiss kita. Last week wala tayong session.
Yes po, wala nga po.
dahil yan kay Ulysses, no? Namiss natin
Yes
yung
po.
mga participants natin. No? Anyways, about the session for today, I think it was very nice. Ito yung hinihingi ko talaga na parang si teacher, papakita niya muna establish niya muna yung concept ng subject.
Yes.
Saka niya i-implement yung paggamit ng technology. Ayun naman talagang idea di ba?
Yes po.
So you need to ang tawag dun, sir, yung parang kailangan yung foundation ng learning about that concept andun bago mo paggamit yung technology. So tama naman si Teacher Gon kanina. Kailangan talaga maintindihan din ng bata mo na yung nilalatag mo na concept bago yung technology.
Yes po.
Yun. And I'd like to say congratulations to Teacher Gon. Saan pa si Teacher Gon? Nawala.
Nawala, sir. Medyo, baka may inaayos lang sandali, sir.
Oo. It was a very nice presentation and congratulations kay Sir Gon, no? Ang galing, di ba? Kasi si Sir Gon sa MTop trainer for the past 6 years yata, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm following his YT channel, YouTube channel. Magaling talaga magturo si Sir Gon. And parang hindi siya rookie for ganitong type of discussion.
Yes, sir.
Oo.
So, ayan. I-welcome rin natin, sir, si Sir Gon. While waiting for our commentator. Hello, Sir Gon.
Hi, sir.
Hi, Sir Gon. Congratulations to your to your set for today. It was very nice actually. Kahit nandito ako sa bahay, I was listening and talagang sumali pa ako sa exam mo. At
ano sir? Hindi ko napansin yung name niya sa mismo.
Hindi ko sasabihin kasi nakakahiya yung place ko Well, obviously, I'm a marketing guy, so hindi na masyadong puro yung mga math, iniiwan ko na kay Teacher Buddy, So, alam mo ba, Sir Buddy, si Teacher Gon, the first time that I met him, if I'm not mistaken, sa isang MTop Casio math competition.
Yes, sir.
Using calculator. Ilan ka doon, Sir Gon?
Sir, week kami dun, sir. Tag dito? Actually, katuwaan lang ng grupo namin yan. Yung sa story po kasi noon, nag-join kami sa isang seminar ng MTop and then kasama yung Casio doon. Tapos nagkaroon ng conduct ng quiz kung paano gamitin yung quiz B, kung paano gamitin yung ClassWiz calculator. And then, ang ginawa namin, out of the blue lang, sumali kami ng mga kaibigan ko sa sa mismong
Okay. I see, I see. So sa very ano naman. Ano ba si Sister Coronel if I'm not
Ako na
mistaken.
po.
Oo. Yun.
Yeah,
So one of the
pala-
winners yan, sir, si Teacher Gon, matigas yan sa mathematics. So
Hindi po.
yun tayo sa
Halata naman, sir. Sa kanyang presentation a while ago.
Hindi naman magkakaroon ng ganyang kalaking microphone yan kung walang ano yan Wala, hindi entitled sa ganyan. So, Sir Buddy, yung mga participants natin, meron silang certificate after na After you
Yes,
will
sir.
flash
So,
the registration.
Yes po, yes po. Later on po, after po ng ating commentator, we'll be having, I'll show the link for our certificate. So we need to follow certain protocols in conducting, in distributing the certificate. So kung before umattend kayo ng mga webinars ng EdTech, ganun din po ang i-implement natin. So I'll be discussing that later on kasi medyo mainantay lang tayo sandali. And before that, Sir Don, would you like to share some of your experiences as a teacher in this new normal?
Okay, right now, let me share my experiences like this new normal. This time po, I am handling grade 9 mathematics, both modular and online. Yun po yung modality na ino-offer ng aming school. Again, from Adelino National High School. So ngayon po, I have 2 online sessions and 2 online classes, and then meron din po akong 3 modular classes which is hinahandle ko for grade 9 mathematics. Wherein, sa new normal, ito talaga yung part na mas gusto ko pang magturo physically compared sa setup natin ngayon. Ito yung tunay kong nararamdaman. Kasi mas okay pa rin sa akin with interaction of the students. Kasi ang hirap ng setup ng meron kang online at meron ka rin ng modular. Wherein, even yung exercise, kahit mahirap yung mismong face-to-face, parang napapagod ka kasi there are a lot of movements. Mas gusto ko pa rin yung face-to-face. Pero wala naman tayong magagawa kasi we need to do this kind of thing para magpatuloy pa rin yung edukasyon sa Pilipinas. Yun po.
Yeah.
It's a good. I think halos lahat naman ng teachers parang mas ideal sa kanila ang face-to-face discussion, no?
Yes.
Yes,
sir.
po.
But for safety purposes, sama si Sir Gon, we need to go to this kind of online learning for safety naman ng mga bata, di ba?
Yes, sir.
At saka ngayon yung normal talaga, very nagagamit talaga natin yung mga skills natin in integrating technology in delivering our lesson. Lalo na ngayon, marami tayong mga platforms na pwedeng gamitin. Marami tayong, we have plenty of options. We have this, the emulators that we have. And speaking of emulators, you can download the emulators by visiting https://edu.casio.com/software license/software-index.php. So dito po natin makikita ang mga emulators po natin for Casio na pwede po nating magamit once na ipagamit natin sa mga learners natin yung emulators ng Casio. Ito na kanina, no? Naalala ko kay Sir Gon, si Sir Lee, si Sir Michael Lee, ang ating Education Program Supervisor in Mathematics kasi talagang binigyan diin po ni Sir Lee doon and ni Sir Gon na before using emulators, let's try to solve it dun sa traditional way, yung talaga nagko-compute. But at this point in time, syempre we need to use technology na rin para mas mapadali at mas maging maayos yung delivery ng ating lesson kasi hindi naman lahat kayang isolve manually.
That's correct.
And Sir Joel? Yes po, Sir Joel.
Yeah, that's correct. Tama yung sinabi mo, Sir Buddy. Kailangan talaga i-lay down muna yung foundation bago yung implement yung technology. But technology is technology. Kailangan talaga yan. Hindi rin maiiwasan yan. Actually, alam mo ba, Sir Buddy, Sir Gon, sa Vietnam, when I visited Vietnam, grade 7 pa lang, yung mga bata, nagka-calcu na. Ganun katindi yung kanilang tawag dito, education nila, naka-center sa technology.
Yeah. So, sir, speaking of our exam, kanina nabanggit ni Sir
Sir Gon,
Joel.
you're teaching grade 8, correct? Or grade 9?
For the first 2 years po ng aking pagtuturo, nagturo ako ng grade 8. And then right now, and pang 3 years ko na po ito sa grade 9. Nagtuturo po ako ng math sa grade 9 po. Pero ito pa, pinili ko kasi na itong grade 8 kasi napansin ko na may mga kulang na computations
I
po
see.
na solution. Kaya ito yung ginawa ko ng focus ngayon kasi parang yung sa module po ng mga modular ay hindi po kompleto yung solution. Kaya ito yung pinili ko talagang topic para discuss dito. Though grade 9 po.
I see. Oh,
Apo.
I see. Nagbabasa ako ng mga comments right now, no? I was very happy to see yung si Ma'am Wei Cheng. He or she said, "Thank you for sharing your knowledge in teaching math lessons on a very easy way." So nakakatuwa mabasa yung ganyan, no?
Yes, sir. So, sir,
Yeah.
speaking of certificate and our exam, so allow me to share this link. Ito po yung bibistahin po natin. It's http://deped.in/Casio it's capital and tech sessions. Ito po yung link po natin for our exam. And this form will open at 2 p.m. this afternoon. Again, hindi niyo pa po ito ma-access sa ngayon kasi po nakalock pa po siya. We will open this one at 2 p.m. this afternoon. And dalawang sections po ito. The first one is the personal information and the second section is the assessment part of our form. To be able for you to get a certificate, para talaga matest natin na pinanood nyo si Sir Ron at natuto kayo sa session si Sir Ron, you need to get at least 80% of the items correctly. Sa EdTech kasi 100%. So if it's 10 item test, you need to get 10 to be able for you to get certificate. So for Casio Tech, we'll be implementing 80% as a passing rate. So if it's 10 item test, you need to get 8 and above to be able for you to get this certificate from Casio and Educational Technology Unit. Again, ito po yung link na kailangan po natin puntahan para makapag-exam po tayo. Sir Joel.
Yeah, actually madali lang yung exam eh. Actually,
Yes, sir.
kanina tinignan ko yung exam ni Teacher Gon. Yung out of 10 siguro parang ano ba nakuha ko? Parang 1 lang ata eh. Bonus pa. Kidding aside, madali lang yung exam, kayang-kaya nila to. Sir Buddy, maganda yung jacket mo, maganda. Saan mo pagawa yan?
Yes, sir. Sobrang ganda yun, Casio ClassWiz and then the Educational Technology Unit. So I think,
hindi salamat sa akin eh, nasa labahan ko.
Yeah. So later magiging official merch na to ng Casio. At sobrang bait na nagbigay nito. Sobrang bait talaga nagbigay nito. Sir Gon, wala ka ba napapansin?
Kaya nga eh, parang gusto ko rin yun. Malamig po rin sa bahay.
Yeah. Siyempre, ang Casio talaga official partner natin yan ever since talagang nandiyan na sila. Nung elementary pa lang ako, meron ng mga Casio and then ngayon, nagulat nga ako nung bumibili kami ng props for the Hope and PE class sa DepEd TV. So pinalista ko lahat ng gagawin and I'm surprised to see na meron palang Casio stopwatch na pwedeng magamit ng mga PE teachers natin. So syempre, nag-purchase tayo nun and as we try to observe yung efficiency ng timer and according to the PE teacher, medyo maganda talaga yung Casio stopwatch. So kung PE teacher kayo, meron tayong mga other Casio products na pwede po nating magamit, especially yung ating mga stopwatch. And yung mga calculators din na talaga namang trending lagi, especially yung ating mga pink calculators, courtesy of Casio calculators.
Pero ka ba yung plug into, sir?
Oy, bihira may pink.
Kaya nga po.
Bihira lang yan, ha? Ang ganda
Maganda po siya, sir. Noong una nailang akong gamitin kasi pink nga. Pero nung nakita ko yung mismong appearance ng pink, masculine siya tingnan eh. Though pink siya, okay na okay yung itsura po. Promise.
And kung tama yung memory ko, no, there's one point in our time na on that particular year, yung pink talaga is naging masculine color. Yung pink. So, kasi pag sinabing pink, more of feminine side ang iniisip ng iba. So, it's a masculine and pwede naman on both gender and section. So, ayun. Matagal ko nang hinahanap
Actually,
yan eh. Laging out of stock.
actually tama eh. When we launched that, I think last month, we only have parang 1,000 units lang. It was sold out siguro within 2 to 3 days, Sir Buddy. Kasi nga
Oo.
maganda yung I think it's more about the product itself, no. Secondary na lang yung kulay eh, no?
Opo.
And majority ng mga bumibili, parang 70% talaga na female market and 30% male market din.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
hindi naman nagkakala.
Yes, sir. Kasi nga maganda naman talaga yung product. Ang tagal ko nang inaantay ngayon. Sabi ko, sa kaya ako makakabili ng ganyang calculator ng Casio.
Huwag kang mag-alala,
Ayan na!
darating na lang yan.
Ayan! Ayan.
Para kay
So,
Mrs. Wala pong
yes, sir.
problema.
Yes, sir. So, we're still waiting for our guest commentator. And, ayan. So, medyo, I think ang tagal
Baka
na natin ginagawa itong Casio Tech na to. It is very consistent and sa bawat linggo may kaabang-abang talaga ng mga ginagawa sa atin and hopefully maging okay pa rin tayo and our viewers will continue to support us on this kind of worthwhile activities kasi alam naman natin no, na sa panahon ng pandemic we are caught unaware. Medyo nabigla tayo and to be able for our teachers to cope up with the changes that is happening around us, meron tayong mga webinar sessions intended for our teachers. And every Saturday, pag sinabing Sabado, it's Casio Tech sessions. So, siyempre kasama natin ang Casio. And for this day, dahil nga wala tayo last time, we'll be having a double header this day. Today at 10 to 12 p.m. we have solving systems of linear equations with Sir Gon. And later on naman we'll be having another session at 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. So it's 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. kasi iba hinahanap tayo ng 1 to 3 p.m. Sir Joel, any message?
Actually, next week, if I'm not mistaken, no, let me spill the bean na lang din. In one session next week, may dalawang teacher na magtuturo para
Opo.
bagong atake naman. So para
Sige po.
silang tawag dito, para silang newscaster na dalawa sila magtuturo sa isang session. So abangan niyo
Opo.
yan. Mga very active Casio Math teachers yung magtuturo next week.
Yes, at marami ito tayong dapat pang abangan sa ating Casio Tech sessions and I think wala pa naman tayong naririnig na from Sir Joel na we will stop this webinar. So I think talagang continuous ito and mas marami pa tayong makikilalang Casio Tech teachers na magiging bahagi ng ating mga sessions na ito.
Actually,
So,
ikaw lang inaabangan ko, Sir Buddy, magturo for elementary math eh.
Elementary math, wala kayong tulad nga nung ginagawa natin, we're still looking for a particular topic talaga na we can utilize calculators. Pero alam mo naman yan, matagal ko na sinabi na medyo nahihirapan tayong humanap kasi sa elementary medyo strict yung paggamit ng calculators. So, Sir Joel,
Yeah.
we're still waiting for Sir Richel,
Yeah.
for Ma'am Richel. So,
Oo.
ano pa ba dapat nating abangan?
Si Sir Gon, meron ka bang sir? Meron ka bang mga invitation dyan, sir, para you can promote your YouTube
Okay lang po ba?
page?
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
So,
sure.
Sige po, nahiya po kasi ako baka di pwede. Okay. Sa mga teachers, mga parents and students, you can also watch my video tutorials for free na kapag tinype niyo po, search niyo sa ating YouTube channel, YouTube, you can type in Math Teacher Gon and then press niyo lang po. And then makikita niyo na po yung mga different tutorials na meron ako from elementary, from grade 5 mathematics up to colleges po. Pero sa ngayon po, konti pa lang po yung video ko and I hope na yung mga videos na yun ay makatulong lalo na ngayon sa new normal. Ngayon kasi napakarami po na mga nangangailangan ng mga teachers within virtual learning na sana makita niyo po at ma-visit niyo yung aking page saka YouTube channel. Parehas lang po yung pangalan. I have the Math Teacher Gon Facebook page saka YouTube channel po. And maraming salamat po.
Sir, question ako, no?
Sige po.
Ano ang bilang isang teacher YouTuber, ano yung parang naging motivation mo to create this kind of page?
Okay. So, nung una kasi, nagkaroon ako ng idea to create this kind of channel sa page. Para talaga, makatulong sa mga bata. Particularly, nagkaroon ako ng idea na mag-create ng page habang ako ay naglalakad sa labas ng ng TUP. Yung pinaka-story. So, kasi ang pinaka-love po kasi doon, naghanap ako ng mga possible thesis title, and then nakikita ko na ang karamihan sa mga title or mga naging past thesis ay more on difficulty in mathematics at mga anxiety in mathematics. Sabi ko, paano kaya ako makakatulong sa ito talaga, tunay po ito. Paano po kayo makakatulong sa mga tao na hindi ko estudyante para mabawasan yung difficulty sa yung anxiety nila within the mathematics, kasi yun ang pinaka-problema eh. Hindi nila ma-overcome yung mathematics kapag merong difficulty saka merong anxiety. So, ang inisip ko na lang, kapag nag-create ako ng channel, possible na makuha ko man lang yung 0.001% ng population at ma-reach ko ito within that. Noong una nga po, ang pinaka-story niyan, cellphone lang gamit ko, nasa cabinet lang ako, tapos nagsusulat. And then tumigil po ako ng ilang taon, tapos napansin ko na yung mga bata ko, yung mga tinuturuan ko ay they're requesting for tutorial videos. Yung mga hawak ko po talaga. Kaya nag-create po ako ng panibago. And then luckily, etong channel ko ay lumaki. At kasi ang dami mga teachers, parents, sa mga students na nanonood talaga sa channel ko. Yung pinaka-motivation ko ngayon. Yung makatulong man lang kahit konti sa community.
Okay. Yeah. Nakakatulog ka pa ba niyan, sir?
Kaya ako nandito ngayon sa bahay na to para magkaroon ako ng tahimik na lugar, kasi lagi po akong gumagawa ng videos ko mga 11 o'clock hanggang minsan 2. Nagre-record ako ng video kasi tahimik yung lugar.
Paligid.
After mag-Mobile Legends. Yun, ganung oras po lagi nagagawa ng mga videos ko para tahimik.
Yeah. So, si Sir Gon pala, Sir Buddy, currently meron na siyang 30,000 na subscribers. So, malaki yun, ha? Malaki yun. So, ibig sabihin, pag marami kasi nagpa-follow sa'yo, ibig sabihin, yung mga content mo, meaningful. May ano talaga. May torya.
Maganda yung sinabi ni Sir Gon kanina na minsan kasi talaga yung mga ideas natin lumalabas yan pag para bang meron tayong out of nowhere. Halimbawa ako, pag mabiyahe ako, minsan may mga ideas din ako naiisip, so automatic nilalagay ko kagad sa note ko sa cellphone yun para pag uwi ko ng bahay, I'll try to elaborate those ideas, and it turns out na maganda pala. Tulad lang sabi ni Sir Gon, naisip niya lang yun nung parang bumabiyahe siya, and then ayun, ngayon establish niya na, and I think isa na siya sa mga best YouTube content creators ng mathematics. So hopefully mas lumawak pa ang YouTube channel ni Sir Gon. And kanina nandito na si Ma'am Richelle, medyo nagkakaroon lang ata siya ng technical problems. So hintayin lang natin siya ulit. And again, para kumakuha tayo ng certificate for this webinar, please type http://deped.in/Casio Tech Sessions, and meron tayong 10-item quiz dyan na pwede natin sagutan para makakuha po tayo ng ating certificate. And Sir Joel, meron ba tayong aabangan pa sa ating Casio?
Aabangan pa? Oo, meron kaming bagong calculator model na darating. Bagong graphing calculator, no, napapasok siya siguro end of the month. It's quite interesting, and maganda yung unit pag nakita mo yung platform. Siguro next month we will show it to the public kung anong magagawa niya, anong kaya niyang gawin. Yeah.
So hopefully, sir, no, may
Teacher Gon, tingin ko okay sa DepEd TV, sir, eh.
So ngayon, di ba pwede kasi.
Oo nga, medyo we're still looking for teacher broadcaster sa senior high school. So I think Sir Gon will be a great additional to our very knowledgeable and
kahit guest na lang.
Excellent. Yes, cameo role lang. So I think, sir, ready na po ang ating commentator this morning.
Yeah.
So to give us his overview or his comment about our session on solving a system of linear equations, let us welcome a Teacher 3 at Luna National High School and an MTOP Batch 3 scholar. Let's welcome Mr. Richie Noveloso. Hello, Sir Richie. Hello, sir.
Hi, Sir Ricky.
Hello, sir. Can you hear us?
Hello po, hello sir.
Kamusta?
Ayan.
Hello po. Actually po, may klase po ako ngayon pero nagpaalam lang ako sa professor ko kanina. Sir, pwedeng mag-backup po, ay magkonfonte sabi ko. May klase po ako ngayon eh, kaya
Yeah.
pero nagpaalam naman ako sa professor ko, kaya okay lang po.
So, sir, can you share us
sir. Hello po, sir.
your comments about our session this morning?
Well, Sir Buds.
Hello?
Sir, hindi ko narinig.
Yes.
Experience, sir.
Sir, can you share us
Sir Joel,
your...
very ko kasi siya kasi I was part of the MTOP Scholars ng Batch 3. So, sila po yung sponsor ng seminar namin in partnership with MTOP. So, medyo nagamay namin na yung Casio calculators, yung simulators. Actually, ginamit ko siya noong bumalik ako sa school. Sir, actually, nagamit ko yung online teaching sa, especially on the Casio calculator, simulator, nung bumalik ko ng school, nagturo ako ng calculus sa mga special science students ko dati. So, na-amaze sila, bakit sir, ano nangyari, bakit may simulator dyan, ganito. And I also encourage them to buy hindi naman buy, marketing strategy naman kasi yun. So, may mga students ko kasi na meron silang Casio calculators, yung FX. So, ginamit ko siya noong nagturo ako sa calculus. Sa second quarter ng calculus. Actually, it is convenient siyang gamitin. And then, ano pa, na-amaze yung mga students kung bakit, sir, paano pa gamitin yan? Sabi ko, gagamitin natin yan for our online teaching sa calculus. And then, ang students mismo ang tumutulong sa akin with my support din and guide. Actually, na-amaze din lalo yung head teacher ko kasi meron silang nakitang bago doon sa klase. Yun po. Sir.
Yeah.
So, ayan, medyo mahina lang yung reception ni sir, pero talagang share niya rin kung paano niya ginamit yung ating Casio ClassWiz. Yes po.
Yeah, we can hear you, Sir Richie.
Sir Joel.
Yeah, we can hear you,
Yes.
Sir Richie. Maraming salamat for sharing your experience. Sir Richie. Yes, we can hear you. Nawala.
Ayan, nawala. So, based on the comments and suggestions of Sir Richie, talaga makikita natin na across all ages, across grade levels, talaga nagagamit natin ang Casio calculator sa ating mga classroom. And to formally close our session this morning, let's have our last message coming from our speaker this morning, Sir Gon, and the last message to our viewers and to our teachers and to our students.
Okay, for the last message of this discussion, again, I want to thank you para sa opportunity ng ating live session today. And personally, I want to thank Sir Joel and Sir Buds for this opportunity to have me here and discuss this kind of topic. So, ano lang yung masabi ko sa mga parents, students, and even teachers, tulong-tulong po tayo para ma-overcome natin yung nararanasan natin within our educational system right now. So I hope na hindi lang po basta yung school at yung bata yung merong connection. Even the parents, sana kayo ay makatulong din. So, sana nakatulong sa inyo yung ating live session today para mas madali yung matutunan at maaral yung ating next topic about solving systems of linear equations sa grade 8. And again, maraming salamat po sa inyo. Mabuhay po kayo. Salamat.
Thank you, Sir Gon. Let's have Mr. Joel Serrano. Sir Joel.
Yeah, good morning rin, no? So ako, again, maraming salamat, Teacher Gon, before we end the session. Thank you and congratulations. Usap tayo ulit. Ako, isa lang ang challenge ko sa ating mga math teachers, no? We keep on searching ano ba yung magandang online technology na pwedeng i-share sa mga bata. Dami natin ginagamit. So, why not try the Casio system, the education system, no? Like the emulators. And of course, yung actual physical unit mismo, no? Based on what I've learned, when kasi I have a son na nasa grade 9 na talagang aside from the technology, talagang kailangan niya gumamit ng calcu for exercises, for exams, kailangan din niya gumamit. So, kung meron kang spare budget, maybe you can visit some of our shops na kung saan available yung aming calculators. No? Kailangan din talaga the emulator and the physical unit. So, kita-kita tayo ulit. Mamaya, gagawin naman for senior high school. Maraming salamat, Teacher Gon. Congratulations and see you again.
Thank you po, sir.
Maraming salamat. Thank you
Yes,
po. Sir Baggy, Sir Mark, maraming salamat.
Sir Joel.
See you
Sir
later.
Mark is currently having his taping at Intramuros. So ngayon yon, meron ongoing na kanyang taping. So kaya hindi natin siya nakasama ngayon. And as I announced a while ago, mag-open po ang ating attendance and assessment at 2 p.m. So I think it's now ready. It is now accessible. You can visit our assessment by typing http://deped.in/Casio-Tech-sessions. So, very careful tayo dapat sa pag-encode ng ating link kasi po case sensitive po siya. And again, ito po yung link po natin para po makakuha po tayo ng ating certificate or para ma-access po natin ang ating assessment. And paalala lang po, para umakuha tayo ng certificate, kailangan po 80% po ng ating test items ay makuha po natin correctly. Again, thank you, Sir Gon, and thank you, Sir Joel Serrano, for joining us this morning. And that concludes our Casio Tech session this morning. So today we discuss about solving system of linear equations with Sir Eduardo Gonzaga Jr., a teacher 3 at Adelina 1 National High School. And this afternoon we'll be having another session at 4 to 6 p.m. And hopefully, kasama na naman po namin kayo. And always remember, as part of the Department of Education, we need to support and to show our appreciation to the projects and activities of the department because at the end of the day, sama-sama tayo, tulong-tulong tayo sa pagsulong ng edukalidad sa ating bansa. Again, ako po uli ang inyong Educational Technology Specialist, Mr. Salvador Manansala de Per saying, thank you and kita-kits po ulit tayo mamayang 4 p.m. para sa ating afternoon session.